Hello punters and welcome back to a Saturday racing preview. Of course, we're looking at the Rosehill card here. Sorry about being very late. We've obviously been looking at the Moonee Valley meeting, watching our results fly through. Had some good winners there. So we're hoping to continue that form throughout this weekend. We've got a really good weekend ahead of us. So look at the Rosehill card. We've obviously got the Group 2 Shannon Stakes over 1500. We've got the Group 2 Golden Pendant for the fillies and mares over 1400 metres. The Group 3 JRA Colin Stephen quality over 2,400 metres. Group 3 race there. The Group 1 Golden Rose, of course, for the 3-year-olds, and the Group 3 Gloaming Stakes for the 3-year-olds. So a very good meeting to get stuck into. So we're not going to waste too much time. Going to get through these videos as quickly as possible, provide you with the winners and all the info that you need to know. So we're looking at race number 1. Good 4 track tomorrow at Rosehill, and the weather's quite fine, so I think they will be very confident in working those conditions. So looking at the speed map here, I'd say Rapido Shapara and Dr. Drew will find the top, and they'll dictate out front with Costello and Lord Godolphin probably poking behind them. For me, look, Rapido Shapara, I want to be on top of it. I think it's the stayer on the way up, and I thought his last start at Canterbury was terrific. It carried 62 kilos on that occasion, really just sort of dictated out front, then gave a real good kick around in the bend and put them away and won so easy. I know it's a benchmark 70. It's got to step up now to a benchmark 88, but the way it did it there screamed of horse that it looks to be a very good stayer in the making. And for me, it goes from 62 down to 55.5. Adam Hieronymus, Gay Waterhouse, Adrian Botts. Not a lot of speed in the race. Just for me, there's a lot of ticks, and I'm happy to have it on top. And number 4, Master Hoodoo, I thought was massively over the odds. I thought it was really good last time out behind Articus at Randwick in a 1500 metre race there. It was a benchmark 94. So this horse is stepping back in class. Comes up in distance, which I think is going to suit this horse a lot better. And I think $16 odds is ridiculous. I'm happy to have an each way play. I did if I'd be definitely entertaining that. Number 1, Dr. Drillin for third. Was been up and about for a while. This horse for Kieran Maher and Dave Eustace. They've gone from Victoria to New South Wales on numerous occasions. Comes back to Rosehill here. It's never run at this track before. It's had a couple of cracks at Randwick. Run really well there, so I'll be interested to see how it handles Rosehill, but it'll be up on speed, and for me, there's not a lot of speed. They'll just those two rolling along in front. I think it'll stick on and get in for a third. And then in for fourth, number 9, Humboldt Current is just knocking down the door for a win. It was really good last time out. Now they're beaten by Shock Alert, who just kept on kicking in that race. And I think this horse will be up and about, be in the top 4 once again. But for me, look, number 5, Repair Shapara, just really appeals to me. I'm happy to have it on top. And number 4, Master Hood, who I think is a very, is at massive odds and perhaps has been overlooked a bit, considering how good it was last time out. I thought it was a great run. Number 1, Dr. Drill in for third. And then in for fourth for me, number 9, Humboldt Current. Moving on to race number 2, it's the Tab Highway race over 1500 metres. Look at the speed map here. Is quite a lot of speed in this. I'd say Moss the Boss, Jumper Leads on the outside will get forward. I'd say Storm Attack will be up there, and a couple of the horse to middle barriers will be getting forward as well. So expect a bit of a charge early in this highway race, and as such, I think it could benefit some of the back markers, but it's interesting because some of them may not go forward. We do see interesting things in highways, but generally there is a high tempo race, the highway races. So looking at keeping that in mind and looking at tomorrow, look, I'm pretty happy with the recent trial of a horse here who's going around first up here, and it's a horse by the name of number 3, Lolita Gold, Simon Mill in the saddle for Neil Osborne. I thought this horse was terrific last preparation. Obviously, it was thrown in the deep end at Kembla Grange in the Guineas there. And a recent trial, though, was terrific. If you get the chance to go back and have a look, you'll end up backing it if you see the trial. It was under its own steam. May not have beaten much, but I finished second in the end. But it was so far back it ran in the turn, and then it just came right through the pack under its own steam. Wasn't really asked for much effort. I think that was looked to a horse that will be getting over a little bit further, but that was a really, really good trial run. And for me, $9 and $3.20 the place looks very appetising to take. Ahead of number 6, Storm Attack, who was only narrowly beaten last time out in the Rosehill Tab Highway. That was a Class 3. Comes back to a Class 2 here. It's a little bit easier opposition. I think for $8.50 and $3.10 the place is massively over the odds as well. So I'm happy to have it in for second. In for third, I thought this horse was a bit over the odds and could be a rough knockout chance here. It's number 15, Defy. It was in a first up run at Maruya, but it really did chase so nicely from the back there. And I know its second record isn't great, but I really liked what I saw in that first run. If they do overdo it out front, I think this horse will be charging home late. Robbie Dolan gets a 1.5 kilo claim, so they only carry the 51.5 kilos. And I think this horse, if they do overdo it, will be rushing home late. And then in for fourth, for me, I'm happy to have number 2, Moss the Boss, who I think will be sticking on from the inside barrier. Has never missed a place in those first 3 runs this preparation. This is much tougher than what it has been facing, but I still think it'll run a good race. So recap the numbers for me: the highway race number 2, number 3, the leader Gold on top for me at the $9 and $3.20 the place. To beat number 6, Storm Attack in for second. In for third, I do like the chance of number 15, Defy, and then for fourth, number 2, Moss the Boss. Moving on to race number 3, it's the Sweps Heritage Stakes for 1100 metre 3-year-olds. And look at the speed map here. I'd say Zebwood and Bellevue Hill will find the front. Cosmic Force won't be too far behind them. Dirty Work and Standout will be up there in the field. For me, look, I don't think they're going to go too hard this, considering it's 1100 metres. And as such, I just think that Cosmic Force does have a bit of a sticky gate, but follows Bellevue Hill across. It'll be in that 1-1 trail, and I think it'll be extremely hard to beat. Based off what we saw, recent trials have been terrific. That recent one where it was just beaten by Bellevue Hill, it beats here, was absolutely outstanding. It was coming home 2-1 of Bellevue Hill. It was really charging home late. I think this horse is, we've seen last day, I mean, it was a length off Bivouac, a length off Microphone, then it won on a heavy track, smashed the field there in a Group 3 at Rosehill, then went into the Golden Slippers. This horse got a lot of ability, we know that. And I think it's come back in very good order. I'm happy to have it on top. At number 5, Catch Me, I thought she was massively over the odds. She was really good first up. First up she wasn't too good. She was in that Exceedance race on a heavy, but she's proven time and time again she's not a wet tracker at all. But last time out, she got back on top of the ground. She ran terrific in a benchmark 88. This is much tougher, but I really like to run there. And if they do run quickly out front, she'll be charging home late. $8.50, $2.40. The place looks well over the odds, so I'm happy to have her in for second. In for third, number 6, Pandemic, has probably got the best form leading into this race, finishing behind Yao Dash, who goes around later on in the card. Had Fun Star in that race, who came out and beat Libertini last week, and Probabile. So the form's really good around Pandemic and out of that race. So I think he can return a bit of form here and run a good race. So I've got him in for third. Then for fourth, number 2, Bellevue Hill. If they leave this horse out alone out front, we know it can run some good time. We saw first up last preparation on its debut run. It won brilliantly at Canberra by 5.3 lengths. Then it went to Randwick and was only narrowly beaten by Yes, Yes, Yes. I mean, the form's really good. And then it went and beat Strasbourg in Group 3 and ran 4.7 lengths by Microphone in Group 1. So this horse is well up to it as well. And if they leave it alone out front, it'll be kicking on as well. So really good race number 3. I'm happy to have number 1, Cosmic Force on top. And number 5, Catch Me in for second. In for third, number 6, Pandemic. And in for fourth, number 2, Bellevue Hill. Moving on to race number 4, the first group of race of the day. It's the Group 2 Shannon Stakes over 1,500 metres. Look at the speed map here. I'd say Avantage and Tom Melbourne will find the top. So Contapatira will probably be in the box seat. And I'd say Gem Song might be able to kick up and get that one out, one back trail, the perfect run of the race. And if it does so, I think it'll be extremely hard to beat for me. She was... he was terrific last time out behind Arcadia Queen in the Theo Marks, and for me that's the form line. You want to be coming out of that race, and it was absolutely charging. Albeit the fence was the day to be on that Rosehill card, but the way it hit the line, it just savaged late from right back in the field, and I was really happy that run. Stepped up to 1,500 metres. It's very good second up, 3 starts second up for 2 wins. And I think this horse will be really winning this race if it gets to that perfect position. I think number 6, Avantage, can bounce back to form here as a 7-day backup. And for me, it was just maybe just struggled a little bit on the soft track. And this horse, before that run, it was a horse that has never missed a place out of 10 starts. So I think it can return back to form. And if it is allowed to run on a bit of time, if it's allowed an easy time on the pace, I think it'll be really hard to beat. It'll be running on late and it'll be hard. Give something Gem Song to chase something down. In the third, number 7, Contapatira, I thought this horse was really good first up, and then it went round at Newcastle in Group 3. It was really well supported there, and it just got no luck at all in the run. It was really unlucky, and I think this horse will be improving here. Will get Maps to get a much better run. Just needs a little bit of luck in transit, and it'll be finishing home well. And I thought number 1, Mr. Seawolf as well. The odds probably the class runner of this race. It will be looking out for further, but. For me, this horse was really good first up behind Dreamforce, and if it can run a similar race here, second up, I think it'll be going really close and is massively over the odds as well. So recapping the numbers on in race number 4, it's number 3, Gem Song on top for me at the $2.30 to beat number 6, Avantage, and for second. And for third, number 7, Contemplatiro, and then for fourth, number 1, Mr. Seawolf at the each-way odds there. Looks well over the odds. Move on to race number 5. It's the Fillies and Mares Group 2 Tab Golden Pendant. Look at over the 1400 metres. Look at the speed map here. It's say the Fundamentalist and Mizzy will find the top. Dyslexic will probably jump not far behind him, and Champagne Cuddles will be up and get that one out, one back trail. For me, look, not a lot of speed in the race, and as such, I really want to be with number 7, Dyslexic here. Was extremely unlucky last time out. Really should have won that race behind Mizzy. Was bursting for a run. That, of course, was the Sharako Stakes at Group 2 level. And prior to that, it was a really good run again behind Mizzy. So I know it runs into Mizzy here once again, but it really was just so stiff last time out. And if a bit of even luck, would have beaten Mizzy. I think it'll get that luck this time around. $7 looks really good. I'm happy to have it on top. To beat number 3, Mizzy, who's just a winner. This horse, she just keeps finding a way to win. And as such, it's been some decent company as well. I mean, you look at Fasika, Soothing, the start price. Soothing didn't come out and won well at Morphettville last week. So the form's really good around her. She just knows how to win. She'll be on speed, not a lot of pressure. She'll be kicking on well. Look, number 1, Invincibella, will be probably looking for... look, obviously, generally it starts off at a short distance and builds up to the 1400. This is her ideal distance, but she just comes straight into it here, and that interests me a little bit. First up, stats, she's had 8 starts first up for 3 wins and a placing, but she loves Rosehill. So 4 starts at track for 2 wins and a place. So I think she'll be rocketing home late. I don't think they're going to be overdoing it out front, but she will be coming home. And number 5, Enticing Star, I think she'll be coming out late. She's obviously into an Everest. She's targeting that, and as such. But 1400 metres first up's a little bit interesting for me. I think this horse is a little bit better at the sprint distance, but maybe they're putting this just to sharpen her up, I think, to lead her into the Everest. I just couldn't take her at $2.60 in this sort of race for me. So look at recap the numbers. Race number 5, the Golden Pendant for the Fillies and Mares Group 2 race. Number 7, Dyslexic on top for me at the $7 to beat number 3, Mizzy. In for third, number 1, Invincibella, and in for fourth, number 5, Enticing Star. I have left Champagne Cuddles out, who was pretty good last time out and has never missed a placing from 4 second ups runs. But for me, I just thought she had every chance last time out, and it was a good run. She boxed on okay, and she will improve off that, and she'll be up there, and perhaps we'll get the run of the race. But just for me, I wanted to just... There's a lot I wanted to make a case for. She'll definitely be in the numbers for the quaddy. I'm quite confident. To be honest, you could almost put the whole field in. Pretty in Pink on her day can run a good race, and she was a bit disappointing first up, but she's very good second up. She had 3 starts, second up for 2 wins and a placing. And Fundamentalist, we know at her best, while she hasn't been showing it, she will be rolling on in the speed. She's only just beaten by the Autumn Sun last preparation, so she could improve as well. So it's a very, very good race. But I'm happy to have number 7, Dyslexic, on top for me. Moving on to race number 6, it's over the 2,400 metres. It's the JRA Colin Stevenson Quality over the 2,400 metres Group 3 race here. Looking at the speed map, I'd say De Beer and Stampede will find the top. Gaiatrue will be just in behind. The Mr. Madrid will probably get the box seat run. And the rest of them will be towards the back of the field. Again, not a lot of speed in this race, and as such, that's the way I've looked at it. For me, I think number 10, De Beer, I'm willing to go with it this time. It was beaten fair and square by Gaiatrue last time out, and that was, it was fair enough. But they did go out pretty hard out front. I thought it stuck on okay, and Gaiatrue got the better run of the race there. And I think this time around, though, they might go a little bit slow. Stampede will ensure there's a decent gallop. But I think De Beer can turn the tails once again. It's really short now. It's into the $2, which makes me question a little bit. But Robbie Dolan's in the sale 53 kilos. I'm happy to have it on top. Ahead of number 1, Stampede, who I was very keen on last week, but and was just narrowly beaten by Finch. And I mean, that's probably a better form than what it faces here, but it has to carry a bit of weight. It's got to carry 59 kilos this time around compared to 55 last time out. But Adam Horonis, Gabriel Andrew and Bott, as I mentioned earlier, they've got their stayers up and about, and they're going to be really hard to beat. And I think this horse has got a great chance at the $4.80. So I've got him for second. Number 9, Gayatri in for third. Obviously, she was very good to beat De Beer last time out. Was only narrowly beaten by our Canada, who's a very good star in the making. So she's up and about, and she'll be running a good race once again. Number 11, Mrs. Madrid in for fourth. Maybe she's been a little bit forgotten about. She ran pretty good in that Gayatri and De Beer race last time out as well. So recap the numbers for race number 6. For me, I'm happy to have number 10 De Beer on top of the $2, although it is quite short. To beat number 1, Stampede in for second. In for third, number 9, Gayatri. In for fourth, number 11, Mrs. Madrid. Moving on to the feature race of the day, it's the Group 1 Golden Rose for 3-year-olds, race number 7 over the 1400 metres. Look at the speed map here. So Yao Dash and Bivouac will find the top. Yes will probably box seat behind him, and Prince Fawaz will probably be in fourth there. Or Kubrick won't be too far off. But again, another race where there's not a whole lot of speed in it. Yao Dash might roll along and ensure a decent tempo, but there's not a lot of speed on. For me, I'm happy to be number 4, Yes. Thought it was really good first time out. It's part owned by Coolmore, and they're sort of talking about the potential putting this horse into an Everest, so they must have a high opinion of it. It was pretty good first up, beaten 2 lengths by Bivouac. Bivouac has been rock hard fit. It's Bivouac's 4th run. Yes, can be much improved off that last start, and I think it can run much better here, and it will improve and be enough to overturn the tables at the $5.50. So I've got it on top to beat number 2, Bivouac, who I think was obviously flying, and that last start was brilliant. Again, James Cummings also looking at this potentially putting this horse in Everest, especially if he wins this. He'll be putting his name, he'll be definitely putting his hand up. So I think it'll be a top 2 finish once again for Bivouac. In for second. In for third, number 5, Exceedance. Sorry about that. Who was beaten as a $2.40 favourite last time out, but beat Bivouac the time prior on a heavy. So it'll be interesting to see if he can turn the tables this time round. But for me, I'm happy to have him in for third. And then for fourth, number 1, Castle Vecchio, who will be absolutely storming home late. It was terrific last time out from back in the field. I think it just needs a bit more genuine tempo, and going from 1500 back to 1400 metres is an interesting one. But at the $9.50, he's a very good quality horse, and he could definitely win this. So I think they're the 4 main chances. Yao Dash won't be far off either. I think it's a very good race, the Golden Rose this year. But for me, number 4, Yes on top to beat number 2, Bivouac. In for second. In for third, number 5, Exceedance. And in for fourth, number 1, Castle Vecchio. Moving on to the 8th race of the card, it's the Group 3 Gloaming Stakes over the 800 metres. Look at the speed map here. I'd say Just Thinking will find the top and probably dictate once again. I'd say Lucky and Parado will be up there, and Fasano won't be far off either. But for me, look, the fact this horse is going to jump out, run, and dictate lead with one of the best jockeys, front-running jockeys around in Tim Clark, I think it'll be extremely hard to beat. It beat Subadar last time out, and obviously beat Shadow Hero in that same race. But this horse is really just starting to hit its straps, and I think it's only going to get better over further. And based on the fact that it's going to lead, dictate the race, Tim Clark in the saddle, I think it'll be extremely hard to beat. Give him something to run down. I think if you got playing at the if you've got any specials on or whatever around the place, I think it's a really good bet to have on top. To beat number 2, Shadow Hero, who was obviously really unlucky last time out not to beat Just Thinking, and was really to charge home well, and it'd be better for the run second up here and stepping up in distance. And I think that I do have a lot of respect for this horse in for second, and it'll be running on late. In for third, number 4, Quick Thinker. It was terrific first up. They the Forsman team didn't think there was any chance, and neither did Hugh Bowman. But this horse really did prove it through the heavy track, and they only think it'll get better on top of the ground. So it's scary to think what this horse might do coming back on top of the ground. So it's a serious knockout chance. And then in for fourth for me, number 3, Subadar, who finished just behind Just Thinking last time out. It was a really good run. Steps up in distance here. I think it'll be running on well. So for me, it's the top 4 on the market. Number 1, Just Thinking on top for me. To beat number 2, Shadow Hero. In for second. In for third, number 4, Quick Thinker. And in for fourth, number 3, Subadar. Moving on to the final race of the card, benchmark 88 over the 1400 metres. Look at the speed map here. I'd say the Baller will go forward. You Make Me Smile, Mushareb, Waltzing Willie, Thy Kingdom Come, Turnberry. Lots and lots of speed. Amangiri will probably press up and get forward in the run. So there's a stack of speed in this. And I think it'll set up perfectly for number 4, Ranier, with James McDowell in the saddle for James Cummings. I think this horse will be sitting at the back. If they overdo it out the front, which I really do think they will, based off what we've seen from the speed map, it'll be able to charge home late over the top of him. We do see a lot of the Cummings horses win these last events of the day, and I think it'll be another one here with J-Mac in the saddle. Just looking at its last, looking through its form here, I'd say that it's first up here. Sorry, coming off a trial where it finished by Atlanta Plenty. It was beaten by Grey Worm last time out, but really closed on well on the heavy track there. And prior to that, was just never in it. The Kensington track on. But I think it'll be much improved off that little tick over trial and that last start run. I think it'll be running on late and it'll be really hard to beat the $6.50 and the $2.30. Of the on-speed runners, I think number 3 Baller will be sticking on well. Obviously, it was a little bit disappointing last time out in the Thero Marks behind Arcadia Queen, but it was swamped on that occasion. For a return back to the form that saw it win a benchmark 78 at Randwick, it'll be going close to winning here. So I've got in for second. In for third, I like the chance of number 11, Amangiri. Got a lot of time for this horse. It was really good last preparation, but I do see that it will be getting better over further, so it'll be charging on late. And then number 2, You Make Me Smile, will be sticking on as well. It was really good last 2 starts back, where it was only narrowly beaten by Grey Worm on a heavy track, and then last time out was a little bit disappointing, but I think it can return to form here. The only problem is it's never placed at Rosehill, but I do think it'll still be running on well from the front runner. So for me, number 4, Ranier on top. Think the race can be run to suit perfectly. He'll be able to run over the top of him in this one. Ahead of number 4, Baller, and for second, number 3, Baller, in for second. In for third, I like the chance of number 11, Amangirian, and for fourth, number 2, You Make Me Smile. So that's the card at Rosehill tomorrow. Look at the best bets for me of the whole card. Just scrolling through here, I think race 3, number 1, Cosmic Force. I know it's an open race, but I think he's the real deal and he's going to show it tomorrow. So race number 3, number 1, Cosmic Force at the $3.10. And race number 4, number 3, Gem Song at the $2.30. Looks extremely hard to beat in the Shannon Stakes. For me, best each way plays, I'd say race number... I don't have too many at the each way odds, but look, final race of the card, race number 9, number 4, Ranier at the $6.50 and $2.30. I think it's a nice each way play. And I guess the other one of value, you could probably say race number 5, number 7, Dyslexic at $7, although we only get those 2-place dividends, which makes it a little bit more difficult, but I think it'll be right up there in the finish, so I'm happy to make it a value play as well. So good luck if you're playing tomorrow. Go check out my social media channels if you haven't already. I post all my tips on there, as well as the results as we go through. Keep an eye out for Mornington. I'll be doing that preview next. I'll also be doing the Caulfield Underwood Stakes Day on Sunday. I'll be doing that preview very shortly as well. So hopefully we get plenty of winners tomorrow. Good luck if you're following. Thanks for following. I really appreciate all the support recently. And hopefully get plenty more winners to come, just like we did tonight at Moonee Valley.